Change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
If I were to approach this on a day like this, where I'm just really not feeling it, if I were to say, okay, you've got to work out for even just an hour, or you've got to do 45 minutes on the spin bike hard, or you've got to go do 15 reps in the stairwell over there, I probably wouldn't do it because I'm not feeling it. And I don't have enough mental energy to do that workout. So I feel like I failed before I even started. But by giving myself little tasks, little things to do, they're not so overwhelming or so frightening or so painful that I'm going to run away from them. I can get myself engaged. Hey, watch. And I'm getting it done. And maybe it's not a giant workout, but I'm getting some workout. I'm building some strength. I'm building some pain tolerance. I'm building some aerobic capacity or anaerobic capacity. And that's a good thing. It's in the bank. I don't need it to be 45 minutes of steady spin bike or 15 times up and down the stairs. I don't need to do that. It's just about getting myself going so that when this day is done and I go to bed, I have worked out. I've done something. And it's a little bit exciting because each time I do one of these little activities, I confirm it. I celebrate it. I say, hey, you know, I know you're having a rough day. I know you don't feel it, but you just did that. You just got into action and you did something that was uncomfortable. It wasn't massively uncomfortable, but you didn't shy away from a little bit of discomfort. And this is on a bad day. And I did it like 8 times tonight. A little bit of discomfort, then back off, celebrate, confirm it, say, hey, dude, you're doing it, you're in the game, okay? You don't need to win the game, just get in the game, just show up. So I showed up like 8 or 9 times tonight. And that makes me feel good. It feels like I'm not going to bed defeated. I'm not going to bed as a quitter. I'm not going to bed as somebody who's scared of a challenging day. So I don't know where you are today, but if you're having a rough time, try that. Little bits of activity, little chunks, they do add up. Just because they're separated doesn't mean that they don't count. They do add up. But most importantly, they add up here. Okay? So, even if you're having a tough time, do something. Do something. 30 seconds. Maybe you'll go for 45. Maybe you'll go for a minute. Maybe you'll only make it 20. It doesn't matter. You did it. You got on the horse, you got on the bike, and you rode. It doesn't matter how long you last. Get off, celebrate, pat yourself on the back, and say, hey, you got in the game. And that's what it takes. Just keep getting in the game. Keep showing up. Okay? I might do one more set on the spin bike. I don't know. Maybe I'll go for 10 victories tonight. I think I'm going to do it. All right? Here we go. If it wasn't for you watching right now, I wouldn't do it. But you're not watching right now. You're going to watch this tomorrow. But it feels like you're watching it right now. So I got to put my money where my mouth is. I made 3 or 4 videos today trying to be inspiring, trying to be, hey, let's get out here and do this. When I was in the park running today, it was beautiful. And it just didn't feel authentic. I mean, I want to be inspiring, and I am inspired a lot, but it felt like I was putting on airs. It felt like I was putting on a show. And I think the reason that people really liked my first Getting Started series was that it wasn't filtered. It was real. And it was honest, and it was vulnerable, and sometimes it got ugly. And it was my truth, and it's what I did to get me to where I got. That's what it looks like. And And I got to remind myself of this now, that if I really do want to help people and make a difference, I have to do it from an honest place. And it's not that I'm a dishonest person, but you know, in front of the camera, you feel like you have to kind of puff yourself up and be something that maybe you're not feeling right now. And I'm not going to do that. So you're going to get the real me right now. You're going to see me deal with the things that I don't want to deal with. You're going to see me getting up and getting started even when it's really friggin' hard. And do things that are not a whole lot of fun. But I feel good that I did that. And it feels good to be engaged. It feels good to be in action. It feels good to set a goal and then take the steps towards that goal, rather than setting a goal, fantasizing about it, having this wonderful dream of what it's going to be like, and then not taking the steps, and then feeling like you're blowing it, or feeling like you're letting yourself down, letting other people down, and then trying to justify why it wasn't the right goal to begin with. And maybe it wasn't, but the justifications seldom acknowledge that. It's usually about trying to bolster your ego, not eagle. Your ego, yeah, the ego kind of flies high and looks down on the world and says, ooh, look at me way up here, but you're on the ground. Eagle, that's what I'm going to call it, your eagle. Happy accidents. All right, so I'll check in with you soon. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a video a day. I wish I could, but it's hard. It's hard to turn the camera on and to film this stuff. I don't want it to feel staged. I don't want it to feel like I've got a bunch of cameras just set up, you know, with people helping me and a whole production team. It's just me doing this. I want it to be real. And I want to show you what it's like to start again after a big layoff and with this huge past haunting me. Like, look at who you were, and people are going to think that that you're nothing. You should have quit while you were ahead. You know, Michael Jordan making a comeback. He should have quit while he was ahead. Well, I'm going to see what's possible. I'm not done yet. All right. I love you guys. Bye. So keep that in mind. You don't want the steps to be aversive. You want them to be attractive. Okay? The steps, the process, you've got to make that attractive, not simply the end result. Because that's what most people do. They focus on that end result. Like, I'm going to win this race, or I'm going to run an ultra marathon, or I'm going to lose 100 pounds. And that's attractive. But the steps that they have to take are not so attractive. It's like, oh man, I've got to eat this strict diet, or I've got to work out, and it's not fun.